What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the WARFRAME video. So, another 13-hour stream yesterday, and I'm feeling it today. That means another live gameplay commentary video, but thankfully, we did a lot of build testing last night, so we got a pretty fun one for you today. It's for speedrunning normal missions. Well, maybe speedrunning is the wrong word. Using Nekros in normal missions, like star chart stuff, getting a bunch of extra loot using his Desecrate ability, and actually using some hidden weapon synergies to get even more loot with Nekros than you normally would. Also using a weapon that we had a video on a couple days ago for quick AoE killing. That's the idea of the Grattler Nekros today, and before we get into it, I appreciate all the support, guys. It really means a lot. I'm still loving making all these videos, and your support means... It makes it even more exciting to make these videos. So I really appreciate all the support, guys. Alright, so the strategy for today, we're going to be using the Ripkas, Amalgam Ripkas True Steel. So the Ripkas claw weapon can use this special mod if you get the drop from the Rope Low list on Jupiter. And what it's going to do is going to be 100% increased gore chance. Let's not worry about too much the other stats on this. The main thing is the gore chance. So what this will do is this will make it where weapons that killing enemies will make them get dismembered. Once enemy has been dismembered, that means that they have extra body parts that have been cut off, and like their extra leg is on just chilling over there. That means that Nekros' Desecrate ability will give you extra loot. So if you cut them in half, you will get potentially double loot from them. It's a 54% chance for an extra loot drop from Nekros' Desecrate. It's not affected by strength. So yeah, we're just trying to make it where we're getting as much loot as possible. So we want to use the Ripkas, but we want to not use Ripkas because they're slow and not the best weapon. So we have that mod on there, and we use an AoE weapon like the Grattler. This one, I've been making a couple videos on. It's been really, really fun. If you don't have a Heat Riven, if you want to do this exact build, just put a Heat mod in that slot too. It's the same thing, just a little bit less crit chance and stuff. But I'm going to go with my Riven because might as well. I got multi-shot, crit chance, heat, and my status duration. So we just want to be able to kill star chart enemies. The idea of this is to kill up the Requiem Fissures. If I can't kill Requiem Fissures, that's unfortunate. Our helmet of choice for this current setup is Shooting Gallery. Keep in mind, I did have Energized Munitions on here last night, but I wanted to test out Shooting Gallery. So as far as the build on Nekros, I'm going to go over what we have here. So we've got Combat Discipline. Every kill will make us take some damage, but also allies will get healed on kill. That is going to be for proccing our Arcanes. This will let us proc Arcane Avenger on damage, increased crit chance for 12 seconds, on damage health regeneration for 9 seconds. So Arcane Grace, Arcane Avenger, these can proc from after you kill an enemy with Combat Discipline. You could also switch that up. Maybe like, I want to speed run faster. Arcane Agility also will proc off Combat Discipline, making you have a 60% increased parkour velocity. The rest of this build is just really high range. I want every enemy that dies to be desecrated. This is not a build meant for high levels. Like I said, we don't have enough power strength on here to fully strip enemy armor with Terrify. But that's okay, because we're fighting against star chart enemies. They're not going to need to be armor stripped in the first place. Since we have Shooting Gallery on here, we've got Muzzle Flash. Every 6 kills or assists by a player with Shooting Gallery will make it where your next shot will blind enemies within 12 meters. Since we have so much range, that blind is 28 meters, and it's a nearly 10-second blind. Additionally, we have a radius of like stunning enemies' guns around us pretty much all the time as well. So that's the build. Let's hop into the mission and see how it goes. Also, Equilibrium, every health orb basically becomes a mini energy orb. Keep in mind as well that Nekros passive will heal him whenever an enemy dies nearby. Alright, so the idea of this is just basically use the Grattler to get more loot from kills. You will passively get a lot more resources and just stuff of that nature if you're... Okay, this is perfect. You have a Kuva Requiem Exterminate. I hope that we do enough damage to take care of this. Keeping in mind, if we were really having a hard time killing these guys, we could go for more damage. The way I look at it, though, is we don't need that much damage. This is the normal star chart. So yeah, I had a Mirage Grattler video out the other day. That's still really good. This is just, with Nekros, if you think about it, you're indirectly just getting more loot all the time if you play Nekros. And if we're dismembering every enemy, we're getting indirectly... Well, actually, we're directly getting more loot because it's more desecration. Sometimes you can't desecrate fast enough, so having 2 Nekros can sometimes be useful. Let's see if this crossplay host is going to let us load in. Yeah, so they changed the crossplay icon. You no longer see like Xbox or whatever, or like PlayStation if we ever get that. We finally loaded in. 19 enemies dead. This is a perfect situation, so I'm going to use my Grattler. I'm going to call it down, and I'm going to use the Shooting Gallery. So as far as our Archon shards on here, I didn't focus. So the Archon shards we have on here are actually for a different Nekros build. They'll be coming out like probably like Monday or Tuesday of next week. And that's going to be, our Archon Shards are currently 2 casting speed Archon Shards to make it where our, okay, so it's doing enough damage to kill these guys. You see right there, those guys had their body parts cut off. We got extra desecrations off. The Archon Shards, we got 2 casting speed to make it where Shadows of the Dead is like a near instant cast. So look how much faster that is. We've also got 2 energy shards, mainly going to be for the other build, but it just lets you cast Terrify and Shadows of the Dead a lot more regularly. There's some orange crits right there with our Grattler build. And everyone's getting, like, look how much loot we just picked up there. Like 5,300 salvage. Now I do have a cat buff active right now, so we're getting double resources. But yeah, we are, like us, we're doing a lot of CC. We're giving everyone extra loot. We technically have our Shadows of the Dead if we want to have some backup to, like, absorb aggro. And yeah, this is not, so the build, the Nekros build coming out, like, next week will probably be, like, more of, like, a summoner-focused playstyle. Mainly focused on endurance survival missions. But yeah, this one is just, like, for everyday missions. We have the other shards, so 2 casting speed, 2 energy. I was thinking maybe a health regen shard could be good, but we honestly don't really need it. And then the other one is a strength shard for a Tau strength shard. That's to get us right exactly how much power strength we need for Terrifying the other build, but we'll talk about that when that video comes out. So unfortunately, the Kuva Fortress is very maze-like, and my team, including me, is having a hard time figuring out where to go next. We finally found it. So let's see. All those guys should be dismembered if I killed them. We do have a Zaku right next to us, so the Zaku might be killing them before we can actually kill them. There we go. See right there, that guy's leg fell off. Pretty messed up, but that's how it is. So the reason the Grattler is good for this is because the Grattler is like full auto AoE. It's got a 9-meter explosion radius, and it goes through walls. Something you want to keep in mind though, like I didn't make that jump right. That the heavy weapons like the Grattler or like the Corvus or whatever, they make you move slower. You actually fall faster too. So be careful about some maneuvers that you're making. Also, I'm not seeing some of these guys get dismembered. There might be a bug where it's like if you're not the host, it doesn't work every time, but it definitely was working the Simulacrum earlier on every kill. So that could honestly be a bug with Amalgam Ripkas and host versus client, which we have a lot of bugs like that in this game. So I think that guy's leg got cut off at least. So for lower level stuff, they're literally gonna die in 1 bullet. Here, like this is the highest level fissure you can get. They're dying in like 2 or 3 bullets, which if you get a better Riven, it'd be maybe even more likely you kill them in 1 bullet. But pretty straightforward. We got a good 49. Wow, we got 49,000 credits for that. That's kind of crazy. What else did we get? 88 traces. That must have been the cat buff in effect, but look at all that loot that we got. Yeah, it must have been the cat buff. That was crazy amounts of loot. And we got a Requiem mod. I'm going to go with Netra. Actually, I had Kra for one of my liches last night, so I'm going to do Kra. So yeah, that's basically it for the live commentary, guys. This is a fun... This is more this is faster than like using a Brahma or a Zar. I'm not worrying about ammo. If you want to go with energized munitions instead of shooting gallery, that's what I had before. I didn't have that much duration, so our energized munitions was only lasting for like 7 seconds. You'll probably notice there's no rolling guard on here either. This build was totally fine for Lich Hunt, so don't worry about that. We've got the health mod on here to make us we have a larger health pool in case we are just like killing enemies so fast that Grace doesn't proc. Yeah, it's got customization available, and the main thing is just the Grattler and Nekros. You can even go with Dispensary if you're having ammo issues. Go with Dispensary from Protea. Dispensary from Protea drops universal ammo, which will work for your Grattler, so you can just keep spamming it even more. So, hope you guys found the video helpful. Like I said, definitely other Helminth options for sure on this build, and lots of customization available. If you went with a different Helminth option, like if you went with Energized Munitions here, you'd obviously take off Muzzle Flash because you don't have that Helminth anymore, and you could maybe go for another range mod. You could go for Augur Reach in that slot. Since we're going for so much range, I just want to make sure every enemy is desecrated, so I'm getting extra loot. I know it's a little bit overkill, and like my normal Nekros build has nowhere near that much range because overextended kills are strength. But yeah, I didn't even cast Terrify the whole mission, and I don't really do it very often either when I'm running this build. So I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate all the support, and yeah, hopefully self damage doesn't ruin the Grattler. Peace.